Cubism may look chaotic at first, but underneath is a simple truth that one view is never enough. These artists built an entire movement around that idea. Pablo Picasso. Picasso pushed painting away from imitation and straight into a world built from fragments and shifting viewpoints. Look at Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. The faces fracture into hard geometry, the room tilts toward you, and the bodies seem to reveal multiple angles in a single moment. In Weeping Woman, emotions shatter into shards of colour. Grief turned into geometry, as if the emotion is too intense to stay whole. And by the time he paints Marjolie, even the subject becomes a riddle. You're not looking at a woman anymore. You're only looking at the idea of a woman distilled into geometry. Picasso proves that Cubism wasn't about making something look realistic. It was about showing how complicated reality actually is. Georges Braque. Braque recognized the power in Picasso's disruption and stepped in to give the chaos a structure. In Houses at L'Estaque, the softness of the landscape disappears, edges harden, and the once gentle hillside turns into a construction of crisp and deliberate shapes. Then you see the violin and palette, where Braque takes an object everyone recognizes and unfolds it like a paper model. And in The Portuguese, the scene finally flattens. The letters cut across the surface, pulling the whole scene back to the reality of paint and canvas. He takes the wild spark of Cubism and makes it a language. Juan Gris. Gris steps in and the movement finally finds its balance. Look at the portrait of Picasso, not just a tribute to his friend, but a statement of what Cubism could become. In The Breakfast, the world becomes legible again. Everyday items distilled into neat, flat fragments that you can actually follow. His still life with checked tablecloth goes even further. Patterns collide with textures, but nothing feels messy. Gris turns Cubism into something viewers can follow, but he never lets you forget there's a deeper puzzle at work beneath the surface. Fernand Léger. Léger looked at Cubism and saw the rhythm of modern life. In contrast of forms, the subject barely matters. What takes over is the momentum, cylinders pushing through space and the world shaped with industrial logic. Then, the city takes it even further. It's as if the street has turned itself inside out, revealing the restless machinery beneath its surface. And the three women is almost futuristic, smooth metallic bodies simplified down to basic volumes, like early robots resting on a sofa. Léger makes Cubism confident and energetic. He turns it into the visual language of the modern world. Robert Delaunay. While other Cubists carved the world into earthy tones, he chose to paint with pure light. In his Simultaneous Windows, Paris dissolves into vibrating patches of colour, the whole scene trembling like light passing through a restless prism. Then comes the Eiffel Tower series, where the tower bends and vibrates like it's being hit by a burst of colour. The structure itself almost feels alive. He opens a door Cubism didn't know it had, emotion through colour alone. And finally, circular forms, where the image dissolves into pulses of colour, turning into nothing but movement itself. Marcel Duchamp. He didn't stay in Cubism for long, but his impact is unforgettable. His nude descending a staircase is not just a figure, it's every moment of the movement layered on top of each other. Then, the king and queen surrounded by swift nudes takes that idea even further, turning bodies into flowing mechanical shapes racing across the canvas. And in Sad Young Man on a Train, the body slips in and out of itself as if caught between moments. Duchamp's message is clear. If we can fracture objects, why not fracture reality itself? Cubism didn't arrive as a finished idea. It evolved through experiments. Through these 6 painters, we see that reality isn't singular, but something too complex for just one viewpoint alone.